Bitcoin has continued its downtrend, losing key support around 42,000, dipping below 40,000, and then bouncing massively. If you're wondering why I'm a bit late, it was because I was managing a trade that I just took, something that I don't too often do these days, as you know. We're going to discuss that in a minute, as well as everything going on in the market and what my pet Shiba Inu thinks is coming next. You don't want to miss it. Let us go.
Let's go.
What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, please subscribe to the channel and take the random heart-shaped bracelet that your daughter left on your desk and use it to hit the like button. Use it to hit the like button. What a rush, right, guys? Bitcoin going absolutely wild. Finally seeing some volatility here. How was your guys' weekend? Been a crazy one, right? As you guys know, I was trading Bitcoin on Friday. I took a leverage long, watched it chop sideways throughout the entire weekend, and finally closed it yesterday at the weekly close because I didn't like what I saw. Well, ultimately, that was a good decision, but couldn't stay away too long. Came back in. Where are you guys checking in from? I'm here in sunny Florida, where it's supposed to be raining and just didn't. Scott, what's that red painting to your right? That's an album cover from, it looks like Phil Collins, but it's Trill Collins, something that I had made quite a while ago. Whatever. Let's see. Sent your application to McDonald's, UAE, France, Croatia, Banbury, Sweden, Mexico City, man, the internet, and of course, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, where I used to be in a bowling league when I lived in Philadelphia. Scenic Cherry Hill Mall. Guys, you're from everywhere. Absolutely amazing. What we got? New Hampshire, Scotland, UK, Argentina, Greece. I'm just going up. Philippines, cold Poland, mate. 53rd state, Austria, India, Italy. Duval coming in from Jacksonville. I know that the Jacksonville Jags are really excited that they spoiled the Colts season, but also like the Jags, all they had to do was lose to get the first pick in the draft. I don't really understand why they even tried, to be quite honest with you guys. Anywho. That's dope. That is dope. We're going to dig in right now to the news, to the charts, going to discuss this trade, which was not my intention, hence why it took me a little while longer to kind of get ready here, right? Took me a little while longer because, it just happened. It just happened, guys. It just happened. I'll tell you the premise, and I'll tell you what's going on with Bitcoin's macro picture. Let's go. Let's go, guys. Let us go. From CoinDesk, Bitcoin approaches death cross as Goldman foresees 4 Fed rate hikes this year. First of all, Goldman literally never write about Fed rate hikes. We're just going to throw that out there. They're terrible at predictions. But we do know that the Fed is getting ready to tighten up and to raise rates. Hawkish tone from Jerome Powell, slowing down their tapering until it's nothing, reducing the balance sheet. All bad things for assets, likely Bitcoin as well. I shared a great thread in the newsletter this morning from Alex Kruger. Is he Kruger Macro on Twitter? Let me just check that out. I think he's Kruger Macro on Twitter. Let me pull that up. Pull it up. If you have if I'm not saying I agree with all of this, but let's see if you want to know how the Fed's decisions could potentially impact Bitcoin. Here's the thread. Here's a thread you need. Right here, Kruger Macro, KRUGERMACRO, right? That's a good place to start if you're looking for that. So after that tangent, here we go again, death cross. Death cross is when the 50 MA crosses down the 200 MA. Golden cross is when the shorter moving MA, whichever it is, crosses up above the longer moving MA. Talk about these all the time, right? We had that death cross not so long ago, right? Here you go. They're showing it on June 21st, right? The death cross happened a couple days before that, right at the dead bottom. I talk about this all the time, especially on larger time frames. bear crosses and bull crosses, golden crosses, death crosses of MAs are massively lagging indicators. Massively lagging indicators, right? You can see it right here. Price comes all the way down now, right? And now we're going to get a bear cross. We've gone from 69,000 to 39,000, and now we're going to get a bear cross. Last time, from May, right? Topped at like 65,000. Price came all the way down to below 30,000 before the death cross, right? $1,000 above the bottom. Happens with golden crosses too, right? These have played out sometimes. They don't play out sometimes, but moving averages are inherently a lagging indicator. They are reaction to what has happened. They are back looking. They look back. They are not forward looking. You get a moving average because it is the 50 average of the 50 previous candles, what their price was. It's based on what happened, not as what is going to happen. Very important for you guys to understand that, because a death cross now, after we've already seen price go from 69,000 to 39,000, is not something I would be particularly concerned with. They talk about the results of it actually down here. That said, the technical indicators past record as a predictor of bear markets is mixed. According to research by Kraken, many of Bitcoin's previous death crosses, including those seen in 2014 and 2018, oh God, that's like 400 years ago, either a sell-off in the days that followed or a continued macro downtrend. But the death crosses witnessed in June 2020, late March 2020, 2021, March 2020, and October 2019 were bear traps or false signals that marked major price bottoms. Not since 2018. All the death crosses after 2018, market bottoms. Market bottoms, right? Market bottoms. So moving average crossovers are unreliable as standalone indicators, given they are based on backward-looking data and tend to lag prices. Hadn't even read that, but yeah, that's what he said. Not that's what she said. Yeah. Death Cross is my / metal band name. That's tight. That's tight. Yeah. Death Cross is a cooler version of lacrosse. It's when you play lacrosse with a spiked ball. It's cool. It's a fun game. Fun game. Yeah. Don't understand Death Cross as an indicator. Seems useless. No, it's not really useless. It's just one of those things, right? It logically it made sense. It makes sense. You know, that the shorter moving average is moving below the longer one. It means that the trend is down and is accelerating. Great. We got that. I think price action from 69 to 39 probably told us that. Let's take a look at the chart here. Take a look at the chart. All right. Hairy, scary, very, right? This is the weekly chart. The weekly chart. As you know, I was long until yesterday. Playing bullish divergences on the 4-hour, 6-hour chart, etc. I saw hidden bearish divergences. And then at the close yesterday, price was right around this 42,000 level. It's 41,986 here on Coinbase, different on each one. Doesn't have to be exact. But what I wanted to see was bulls give a little push there at the end of the day. They did not. They actually lost that level at the end of the day when they were trading above it midday on Sunday. That meant to me bulls had very little conviction. I closed that position, right? As you know. Well, here you go. You have these levels, right? Like that's showing 71. That's obviously not locked in. Let's fix that before anyone thinks Bitcoin ever got to 71,000. For some reason, my magnet is off. Here you go. 69,000, 52,944. I call it 53. 41,986. I call it 42. 39,6. We'll talk about why that's key. And then down to 28. Each of these areas can be considered basically a range. So the weekly has slightly closed below, right? The weekly closed like $100 below. So technically you have a break of macro support, meaning you've exited that range between 42 and 53. We're now in a range between 28 and 42. I tweeted, you guys saw it. The day after the dump, 2 days after the dump last month, I said, listen, we're going to range between 53 and 42. People are going to lose their goddamn minds. Above 53 is the bullish case. Below 42 becomes a bearish case. It puts that 28 in play. Doesn't mean we're going there. It means it's in play if we stay in this range. Bulls still now. 53 is still the bullish case. Now, just to look like it's not a overtly bearish case, you got to get back above 42,000. Really on the weekly, but daily candles would be a really, really nice indication. But here you go. Here's the macro trend, right? Low, high, higher low, higher high. That's blue, right? That becomes invalidated. Some would say with a close, some would say with a wick below 39,600. That's where you get a lower low. Coinbase did not do it. Look. Bitstamp might have swept it like by an inch. Coinbase did not do it. This is why I was bidding this area, guys. Strong support. I'm always willing to take a shot at really strong support. We'll talk about that in a minute. But now you have this new bearish, more local trend, kind of like here, right? You had this high, low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. 53 up here was where is that? Yeah. You had this line that was here, right? I don't have it now, but it was something like this, right? 53. This was your lower high right here. You made a higher high by breaking 53. That's why losing 53 to me was so key. Well, now we have a high, low, lower high, and again, a lower low after this. And we filled that wick completely, and man, it did not manage to close above it. Okay, so that is not ideal. So now we are in a local downtrend, still a macro uptrend by like $7. As I joked last week, if I was a whale, I would sweep 39.6, wick down here into the 38s, and then moon it, right? Because everybody shorts, uptrend is broken, bull market's over, right? Stop losses trigger, and then you continue up. They might be able to do it without sweeping that. But that's your weekly macro picture. It is not good. Let us be clear. It has not been good since 53K broke. It's funny because people are like, you're a moon boy, you're this and that. Strong opinions loosely held. I've been extremely bullish all the way on the way up. I did not get bearish at 69K. Some people did. All credit to them. For me, the structure broke at 53K, and that's when I said, I'm neutral. This is boring. Bullish above 53, bearish below 42. Let's not stay below 42 too long then, right? You could also say 39.6. Some people call it 41. Some people call it 40. I just see that we're here a year later, and we were at 42 a year ago, 42 this year, and that is the clear break between these sort of bull and bear trends. But let's zoom in. I'm going to tell you why I went long again. First of all, I bid 39,800 because I didn't want to get cute. I didn't want to miss it at 39.6 and get front run. As I always say, if you're watching a level, one of two things generally happens. If you're watching 39.6, you get 39.7, or you get like 38 and you absolutely nuke through right here, right? 42K on this weekly chart. Everyone expected to hold as macro support. Literally, the weekly nuked all the way down to 30,000. You guys remember it. We were there. It hurt bad. Right? So it completely nuked. I think, a lot of us bid 42K here, myself included, if I recall. So yeah, it absolutely nuked. But let's take a look now at the 4-hour chart, line chart. This was the long I took before. Right down here. It continued to build, but it also had hidden bearish divergences in between. Ultimately, right here at the weekly close yesterday, it confirmed, the close was here, a extremely clear hidden bearish divergence, right? So my bull div was invalidated. I always talk about once you take a trade, you should walk away, set your take profit, set your stop loss, and not quote unquote manage the trade. But as I said from the beginning, the premise being a bull div means that my premise has been invalidated if there's a very clear hidden bear div. Regardless of what I think is going to happen next, if the premise of my trade is broken, I have to be out. So considering that we had lost the key support on the weekly and there was hidden bearish divergence across many time frames, I exited. Obviously. Was my intention to jump back in today? No, but as I've been saying, 39.6 area was the next area I'm interested in. And as a trader, you take shots at support because your invalidation is so tight. I'm not going to lose much if I'm wrong, right? I could put my stop loss at like 39.5 right below, but you're going to get wicked and stopped out if you do that. So it's like 38,899 is my stop loss right now. But on this massive pump we just got, I closed a quarter of the position and moved my stop losses up. I'm not losing money on this position now. For me, 42K broke on the weekly. Like I said, everybody else has their other level. I think 39.6 could be viewed as that level as well. But for me, the whole market has traded around 42. And if you don't like 42, you pull up to here, which was the key support, and look at that. It's a break and a retest right now, right? All depends on your strategy, but we'll get that. That's this, which I'm taught. Well, I will talk about a bit more, right? But so the reason I took another trade now is A, that's a level I was watching at 39,600. I wanted to front run it. B, one of two things was likely to happen, with a third being less likely. Either it closes down and we build more bullish divergence here. Might not even happen, right? Lower low on price, higher low here. Or if that didn't happen, if we didn't get bullish divergence, which is what it looks like could happen right now, that would have required a sweep of this and a close above, right? This was the low, 40,517 throughout the whole weekend, right? Throughout the whole weekend. So either we get likely bullish divergence. The risk here is that the candle closes, we might get bullish divergence, continues down, and the bull div does not confirm. That's the biggest problem, because to confirm bullish divergence, you obviously need that move up on RSI. But I was willing to take the bet at clear support with volume coming back that I would either sweep these lows, which is what's happening, or get a bullish divergence, or potentially get both. And a very clear invalidation, as I said, down here. A lot of really strong reasons for me to take a position. So now I've taken some profit. I'm moving my stops up. I'm not going to lose money on the trade again. Yesterday's trade was profitable too. I basically improved my entry by almost $2,000 on the same trade from yesterday. I would still actually be active in that trade, but down if I hadn't have closed it, right? I would not have gotten stopped out. But that is basically the justification. But now look at what we have here. 4-hour chart, 38 minutes left. This was the dump on December 4th. This was the largest candle volume since. This is now the largest candle since the dump volume. Largest volume we've had since the massive dump. So whatever happens here, shit got real. People are interested. Let's take a look at the hourly right there. First of all, it's a beautiful hourly candle. Massive wick down, close green. Look at the volume when you drill into the hourly. Largest volume we've had since the dump a month ago, right? There you go. Would bulls purposely keep price lower and not push higher until candle close just to get their potential bull dip? I don't care. I honestly, dude, I think that as much as I would love to believe that, I think that very few people care about bullish divergences. It's what I trade on. I talk about it all the time. I offer it heavy importance because it's my system, but I don't think that most whales give a shit about that, right? I think they care more about macro levels, sweeping a low, something like that. You know what I mean? But this is the biggest hourly candle we've had. That said, daily for Fibbo Swanee, who was asking about what key support we broke, well, here it was, right? That was the wick down on December 4th. As I said, don't get bullish here. Got rejected all the way down to the lows. And now we've closed 1, 2, 3 candles with a fourth potentially below that level. To me, that's losing a very, very key support. Losing a very, very key support, right? And listen, this bounce right now does not mean we've reversed. It does not mean the bottom is in. No spontaneous orgasms. Like I've said, we knew there was going to be a hell of a lot of buying interest at 39,000 and just below 49,000 and in the mid 39,000s. This could just be those orders filling, reactionary bounce, and then pushing lower. Too early to celebrate. When I take a leverage trade, I am not looking for $75,000 targets, right? I'm going to pay funding out the ass. I'm looking for a very likely place to get a bounce. And basically, I'm using 10x leverage, 10x the size of the result. Now I've taken profit. Now my stops are in profit. I ain't losing. But I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth, punch a gift horse in the mouth, slap a gift horse in the mouth with my Shiba Inu. Not going to do that. I'm going to take that money and run. Maybe I should have taken more, to be quite frank. But with a bounce that big, you take some profit. So now, to be clear, it's my opinion that there are some key levels we need to look at. 42,000 is basically it. I want to see a weekly close back above 42,000. That's what I want to see. Yeah, I just flipped an arrow on its side. Wow, stop. This is right. This is the bottom of that range I just showed you, slightly above, right? Call it 42,222. I want to see, even though we barely lost it, I want to see the weekly close above that. I want to see the daily back in this range. And I want to see very strong, theoretically bullish divergences now. But look, this was the other thing that was shitty this weekend, right? RSI got all the way back to 50 here, right? Oversold to 50 without price even going up. Like, that is not a good sign that there was this much pressure on RSI rising and price wasn't moving at all. That's just a bad sign. Well, now, guys, we had a big dump and RSI barely dropped. That's a better sign. So I'm looking for RSI to at least get overbought. Then we will start talking about other scenarios. That's my view on the Bitcoin chart for right now. That is my view on the Bitcoin chart for right now. Very good signs of a potential reversal. This has the beginnings of a bottom, but we got to start flipping those levels. Should we move on with the news? Weekly TD9 buy. I did not see that. Let's see that. That's a nice signal. Here we go. I see an 8. I see an 8 for now on this weekly. I see an 8. Yeah. There you go. I see an 8. But close. So guys, we're going to listen. I'm going to be back again this afternoon. We're going to go in hard. All right. We'll see where this is at. Don P says this isn't the bottom. It may very well not be the bottom. Like I said, I'm on the daily. Sorry. He's right. Buy 9 on the weekly. That is compelling. That's compelling. I'm not saying the bottom is in. This isn't the bottom. I'm not saying the bottom is in. I'm saying the bottom could be in. And all you can do is take baby steps. And the first thing you would want to see is real buying interest stepping in a key area. And that finally just happened. We saw nothing at 42K. Nobody gave a shit, right? No volume. Now we have volume. Here we go. Major mining pools, Bitcoin hash rate nears recovery as Kazakhstan's internet is partially restored. A big part of the narrative, besides the Fed, for this major drop in Bitcoin, and this is a fundamental one. Listen, we can have the chicken egg debate about hash rate and price over and over again. I have no idea which leads. Nobody has any idea, and they're not always correlated. But we do know they control about 16% of the hash rate, and hash rate dropped about 11 or 12% when they went offline, and that has now recovered to just below 2%. Assuming their internet goes back online, that fundamental factor in potentially causing price to drop is gone. That said, let's all hope that things get better for the people of Kazakhstan. Holy shit. Binance CEO CZ Zhao is worth $96 billion excluding crypto holdings. Report. Changpeng Zhao's wealth has been estimated for the first time by the Bloomberg Billionaires Index. Okay, Forbes a few months ago said he was worth like $1.3 billion. Now Bloomberg says $96 billion, guys. $96 billion. Just a few billies, as Emmy said. Couple billies here and there. But this is the kicker. Excluding crypto. Now I'm going to tell you something fucking crazy. CZ has repeatedly, over and over, in every single interview said that by far, almost all of his net worth, the majority is in crypto. Bitcoin and BNB, nothing else to avoid potential conflicts. Whoa. If he has $96 billion, not including his personal holdings of BNB, which he says is the majority, then CZ is likely far and away the wealthiest person in the world. Far and away the wealthiest person in the world. 96 billion without his crypto, and he said that almost all of his money is crypto. He might be literally worth many hundreds of billions of dollars, more than Elon Musk, Bezos, certainly Zuckerberg, and all of their friends. Dude could be a trillionaire. He's touching oil money. Yeah, dude, he's playing just the tip with that oil money. No problem. Just dipping a little bit, getting it black right on the end. Right? Yeah. $96 billion, guys. $96 billion without his crypto. And what's he going to do? He's going to give it all away. That's what I said. He's going to give it all away. Dude gives himself haircuts, say he doesn't have time to get haircuts, lives in a normal apartment, doesn't care about money, much like Sam Bankman-Fried and the Vitalik Buterin and the other billionaires in this space. All planning to give away all their money, all trying to build things that will better humanity, all basically like Sam Bankman-Fried. It's like sleeping in a beanbag with you not knowing how to tie your shoes. You got to love these guys. Got to love the effort. Accurate. CZ doesn't do TA, and you don't need to either. CZ says that's dope.
That's dope.
This dude has mad money. Get rich or die trying, am I right? Binance.us, speaking of which, Binance.us, not the same company, by the way. Affiliated, not the same company, is building an office in the Solana Metaverse. They're doing it in a space it's called Portals. And they're building this so that they can do like education. You can go visit the Binance.us offices, check out some charts, read some articles, do some things. But it's very clear, guys, very clear. Everybody is going to be all up in the metaverse very, very soon. There's no stopping this metaverse trend. No stopping it. No stopping it. Why does that room look like Aku's bedroom? It does. But like, so if you guys don't follow Aku, you should. Aku Dreams on Twitter. That's the one NFT project that we are very passionately invested in and supporting for various reasons. This does look like it, but yeah, a lot of the metaverse kind of has that same sort of vibe going on there. Solana Metaverse, so every week it'll be down. That's funny. That's funny. That is, in fact, very funny. Funny. So yeah, guys, you're going to be able to go hang out at Binance.us, get all up in there in this. But it's interesting that they chose to do this in Portals and not in Sand or Mana, Decentraland, any of the more popular ones. Speaking of people that got mad money, speaking of people, I'm rich, bitch! Bill Miller, legendary value investor, just said, this is a billionaire, an old boomer, white, American Wall Street billionaire who said 50% of his money is in Bitcoin. We were talking like Dalio and all these dudes and Druckenmiller and like all these guys, you know, Paul Tudor Jones are like, yeah, man, you know, 1 to 2%, 2 to 5% maybe in crypto. Bill Miller was speaking that tone too. 50% of his money in Bitcoin. The other 50%, Amazon. Reflects a lot about my portfolio, to be quite honest. By far, not that aggressive, but by far my largest holdings in crypto and equities in general are Bitcoin and Amazon. I dollar cost average into Amazon on principle for years. It's what I do because I love money. Love it. Love it. Love it. I will not be giving my Amazon stock away yet in a SPF or CZ type move. But this guy, guys, I mean, half his money. Now, if you ever followed his career, it's pretty bananas because this guy lost it all in the 2008 financial crisis. Multi-billionaire, 90% drawdown in the financial crisis, lost 90% of his money and his investors, back to being a billionaire by now. And now he has 50% of his money in crypto. What a ride. Oh, man, that doesn't look great. NFTs offered by candidates as crypto creeps into U.S. politics. Great. Just what we want. Politicians using NFTs to raise money. We saw this in South Korea. I reported this last week, but now politicians are doing it in the United States as well. Listen, it is a very novel way for them to raise some money. We've got Srina Karani. She's an engineer running for a House seat in California, and Republican Blake Masters. We all know him, right? He's the 0 for 1 Peter Thiel Tiles partner who's vying for a Senate seat in Arizona. They're offering NFTs as incentives for donors to various degrees of success, varying being from utterly unsuccessful to like marginally unsuccessful. I don't think the people who care about NFTs care deeply about these politicians. Seems like just another novel money grab for raising money. But listen, any adoption is good adoption. Any eyes on crypto, NFTs, metaverse, Bitcoin, otherwise is good, in my opinion, for the space. Right? So there you go. There you go. I'm not buying politician NFTs. I don't even want to buy your stupid JPEGs. This is just cool. Cardano reaches goal of planting 1 million trees. The Cardano Foundation effort spearheads land restoration and local ecosystem development activities using Cardano. Listen, I don't really know what Cardano does, but if its main function is planting trees and bettering the environment, then I am here for it. Might not really have functioning smart contracts, but trees, guys. And I'm not even kidding. I'm here for the trees. This is the best use case that I've yet seen for crypto. But yet again, it shows. It's so funny. Like crypto gets such a bad rap. Criminals, drug dealers, Silk Road, China, energy, destruction, ransomware. And then you see like the wealthiest people in crypto are all giving their money away and planting trees around the world. Right? I think that's huge. Yeah. And you can use trees to print money. Yeah. Use trees to print money. So guys, this is amazing. This is amazing, and extreme kudos and compliments to Cardano and their foundation for doing this. Now let's see some smart contracts on those trees. PayPal confirms it's exploring a stablecoin. Of course it is, because they're not stupid. They're not stupid. Guys, let's be real here. Okay. Bitcoin, white paper, peer-to-peer cash. Is that what people are using Bitcoin for? No. What people are using Bitcoin for is something much better: a store of value, an inflation hedge, digital gold. That's what it's solidified as. And why aren't they using it as peer-to-peer cash? Because frankly, like, stable coins are better for that, right? It's much easier, faster to send a stable coin. There's no volatility. You know exactly how much is going to arrive when you send it, right? Right. So what are stable coins and crypto in general, whether it's Bitcoin or stable coins, whichever one is best for payments, who do they threaten the most? Obviously, legacy payment companies, the Visas, MasterCards, banks, PayPals, Venmos, you name it, of the world. So you got two choices if you're them: innovate and adopt, or die. PayPal probably is against dying. Most people are against dying when they have the opportunity. Crypto is going to eat all other payment systems. It's not going to be Bitcoin that does it, but crypto is going to eat payment systems, right? Yeah, here's your answer. I hate to say that. RIP XRP. XRP was early. They were just too early, being a fast method of international payments. And yeah, if you got stable coins, you don't need something volatile to send money fast, right? Probably true. Not saying they can't innovate or do something else. But PayPal obviously has been ahead of the curve with crypto, allowing you to buy and sell. And they're going to adopt crypto to improve their business rather than be the blockbuster when Netflix comes in. Massively bullish for blockchain technology and for the space. Let's talk about some NFTs. NFT market looks rare, goes live with Vampire Attack on OpenSea. Okay. Whatever, bro. Bottom line here, NFTs are huge. OpenSea is the biggest, and there are a lot of platforms that are trying to compete. Here, if you don't know what a vampire attack is, here you go. I had to look it up. This is what's commonly called a vampire attack in the crypto sector, since it uses tokens to try to poach a pre-existing project's user base. Here you go. The marketplace is hoping to attract current NFT big spenders who have already used OpenSea by letting these individuals claim looks tokens for free, because everything in life is free. That's a statement, right? Nothing in life is free. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Nothing's free. Anyone who traded more than 3 Ether on OpenSea between June 16th and December 16th can claim a portion of the token. Basically, you get a whole bunch of free tokens if you come over and use their platform. We're going to see thousands of iterations of what OpenSea is doing, but OpenSea has the first mover advantage. I don't think that they are going anywhere. Speaking of NFTs and things that were burning my eyes to read, apparently there's big news. Pudgy Penguins NFT project ousts founders as mood turns icy because the penguins are mad. You see that? See what they did there? They icy and penguins in the same sentence. That was smart, right? NFT influencers, that's a thing, clash over the fate of pudgy penguins, raising governance questions surrounding non-fungible token communities. Okay. Yeah. I've said this quite a few times, unpopular opinion. But communities in crypto are not about your deep seated love for the asset, unless it's like Bitcoin or maybe Ethereum or one of these. It's about price appreciation. You can talk about how much you love your penguin, and my penguin is me. Have you seen his face? It's just like my face, and we both wear the same scarf. Like he's me. That's great until it goes to zero. I'm not saying these are going to zero, right? But people love their fucked up frogs and petulant penguins and flatulent feasters. I don't know what the hell is a feaster, right? They love them. They're in the community. They're passionate about it till the price goes down. But there was a lot of promises with Pudgy Penguins, which has been one of the biggest releases about, a game and marketplace, all these things. I don't know. I don't really read. Right. And that didn't happen. So now they're moving towards pure decentralization, which actually is something worth watching, all jokes aside, in the NFT community, if you can actually have a purely decentralized community. I've talked about this with DAOs as well. At the end of the day, DAOs are awesome in theory, but there's still people, right? And have we ever managed to have a bunch of people come together and make coherent decisions together without turning into a full-on Lord of the Flies, like tribal insanity on an island, kill piggy? No. Maybe that will happen with DAOs. Burning beavers, that's a good one. Maybe that will happen with DAOs. Maybe. We'll finally find that way. But at the end of the day, all of these things require humans. And when you get decentralization, what you end up is getting somebody probably stepping in to fill that power vacuum. It will be interesting to see how this and others play out. Ooh. How can one speak about Pudgy Penguins when his long is melting faces? Is my long even melting faces? I don't know. 41,106. Yeah, I'm pretty rich right now. Pretty rich. Honey, we're going on vacation. We were already going on vacation, but yeah, just paid for it and more so far right now, but it ain't over yet. So yeah, keep your eyes on the Pudgy Penguins because they might tell you about the decentralization of NFTs, and go tell any serious investor that story and see if they still take us seriously. And my favorite story of the day that has absolutely nothing to do with crypto, but this is just lighthearted. It's good. Farmer puts VR headsets on cows to simulate green pastures. Shouldn't cows always be in green pastures? And they're getting more milk from these cows because the cows think they're in green pastures and they're just happy. And we all know when you're happy, you just bust that milk, right? The happier you are, the more milk is going to come out. But here we are. We got Jack, Elon Musk, the whole entire community arguing over Web3. Web3 is AIDS for computers. Web3 makes rich people richer and poor people hate Web4. Yeah, right. Yeah, we're arguing about Web3, and cows are living their best fucking life over here in the metaverse, just chilling, just getting just busting milk all day in their green pastures, while we're miserable here dealing with, now I saw there's a Delta and Omicron mix. We got the Deltacron coming. We're arguing over Web3, Fed monetary policy, and these dudes are wearing fucking Oculuses in the Zuckerverse. It's like the movie Happy Gilmore. Go to your happy place. She's in there in the lingerie with the beer, and she's pouring it all over herself in the pastures, in the green, Shooter McGavin, right? These cows are doing it better than us. So maybe the metaverse is better. Maybe it's going to be better because you know what? Frankly, I'm kind of tired of this shit. I'm over it, man. I know you guys are over it. I know you guys are over stressing about all of these stupid things, and everything we're stressed about is just because of bad decisions by humans. We're going to get a DAO and we're going to not make bad decisions anymore because the DAO, right? That's going to work. Bottom line though, man, these cows are going to be living their best life, just getting milked, metaverse, better than living whatever life they are. And maybe all of us can take a lesson from these fat ass cows with Oculuses on. Yeah. Billy Madison themed party when we get rich. Someone just said. I was going to click on it and it got right. Yeah. Just chilling here and lactating, just busting milk. what every cow and human really just wants to do in their life. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Where's the Bitcoin at? I'm just looking real quick. 41,000. All right. Not dead yet. Not dead yet. Holy shit, I gotta go. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I unlocked a life hack. I'm going on Charlie Shrem's Untold Stories podcast in a few minutes. He invited me on. My good friend Charlie. Finally, I made it. Feels great. But I will be back today at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to talk about, we're going to figure it out. Maybe we'll take a look. Maybe now that we've bounced, if it's still bouncing, we'll take a look at some altcoin charts and see if any of them are also showing a potential reversal here, because that would be sweet. Oh, that would be sweet. What songs do I have here? What's this one? And of course, I'm going to push this button and get this stream just taken offline. You ready? Longed it from the bottom, now we're here. Longed it from the bottom, now my vacation fucking here. Started from the bottom. Hope you guys had a good one. Longed it from the bottom. They're going to hate it when they see it. Guys, you're the best. See you in about 3 hours. If you're not there, we're not friends anymore. Goodbye.
That's dope.